Alright guys, so I'm just kind of starting to clean up things a little bit here and there on the car. But I just want to show, in the last couple of videos, the car is kind of dirty and crusty. I know some of you guys might not think so, but I do. But like, this is what the front, or the wheels all looked like on the car. They're kind of hazy and crusty looking. But it was really basically just like somebody coated these in like WD-40, and there's a lot of dust and stuff stuck to them. And they're cleaning up really good, because here is a look at the back wheel that I basically just sprayed some spray cleaner on here and wiped it off. I really didn't polish it up yet or anything, and look at how nice that looks. So you know, I think once we really start going through the whole car, start polishing everything up and cleaning it up, like you can see on the firewall there, back in the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, it was all the rage on your hot rod to have a polished firewall. So that's going to look super awesome once we get that all cleaned up. But I'll just show you guys some more progress once I start getting the thing a little bit more cleaned up. It's going to be really sweet. All right, guys, so before I get too carried away here, just wanted to show you some of the progress. I'm starting to clean the car up. As you can see, the wheels and tires are looking really good now. I added these cool little matching bell stem caps. I started cleaning a little bit on the engine and stuff. I cleaned the firewall up. I didn't clean anything like super duper good, but I just wanted to get it, you know, a little bit better. Clean the top up, clean the windows, started cleaning inside the car here. But just kind of basically, you know, just getting stuff a little bit more presentable, just because I like to work on something that's clean. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, well, we got to change oil yet, and spark plugs. I got it, pretty much all my parts now for that in the mail. And then I decided what we're going to do with this setup is I'm going to get two new Speedway Super 97 carburetors and just run this intake and everything, because the reasoning to switch out to a different intake or whatever, we'd have to go with a different water pump, because this intake uses the water neck on the intake versus on the water pump. So we'd have to swap all that out. We'd have to change our generator bracket, change our belt, and we'd have to do a lot of changing, which I pretty much have all the parts to do that, but it's just a little bit more than I want to do right now just to get the car running and driving. So I'm going to get two new carburetors and probably redo the fuel line, add a fuel filter. I got my new, let's see, where are my parts? So we got fuel filter, spark plugs, our spark plug tube grommets. Then I got these cool moon floor mats. I just got all this junk on them because they're a little kind of curled up from being in the box that they got sent in. But those are going to look really good. And then in that box, I got new valve cover gaskets also. And then I also put a new window crank on this door. So just adding some little details to the car and just starting to clean it up. Next time I think we'll actually start getting into some mechanical stuff. I still got to get a new battery. I got to get my new carburetors. I ordered a steel 32 grill shell from Brookville. That should be coming like in the next week or two. And then a local guy here in town, super cool, does old school customs and stuff. He is going to help me section that down. And so that'll be a future project coming up. And then he also is going to hook me up with painting it and everything. So that should be pretty cool. But this was just kind of a quick little update, just kind of starting to get the car cleaned up. I think the only other thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull the front wheels off and try to clean up the front brake rotors. And that'll probably be it for today. So hope you guys are digging this project, digging my new hot rod. It's really cool. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, let me know what you think. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Get out, work on your own projects, get those hands dirty and greasy, stay cool, and we'll catch you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, I also want to just clear up one thing that I made a mistake on in my original video. The guy I bought this car from, and I don't believe in any way that he was trying to like rip me off or lie to me or anything. He told me this was a 392 Hemi. And I didn't really look at stuff super duper close, but it turns out after I looked at the serial numbers and everything, it's a 354, Chrysler 354 Hemi. So still really cool, but it's not a 392 as far as I can tell. And it makes more sense that it is a 354 having this intake on it and that style water pump. So they made 354 Hemis like 56 and 57. So still a really cool engine. Was very popular for hot rodders and even in drag racing and stuff. A lot of guys ran 354s. Even in Top Fuel, a lot of guys would run 354 Hemis. Especially some guys would run two different engines in Top Fuel. Like if they had a night race somewhere at, say, Lions, where the traction wasn't going to be real good at night, they would run the 354 Hemi as like their night motor, just because it was a little bit tamer than their 392, so they would hook up better. So a lot of cool history with these engines. I'm not really mad or anything. I have a 57 392 that I was actually just going to start building before I got this car. So I have all the parts to do a 392 if I ever wanted to swap it out, but I think I'm just going to leave this in here because I also always kind of like the 354 anyway. So we're still going to do everything that I talked about doing on this, because anything that we could do on the 392 we can do on this 354 Hemi anyway. And we're going to try to keep the thing as period as possible. We're keeping the generator, keeping the old style starter, everything I want on here. We're keeping the original points distributor. I want everything period and basically how it would have been back in the early 60s when this car was put together. But like I talked about, we are going to put on some new Speedway Stromberg replica Super 97 carburetors. Super nice carbs from Speedway. They are a little bit pricey, especially because I'm going to go with the chromed ones, which are going to look awesome on here. But so that'll be my next purchase once I get some money saved up. But it's cleaning up these brake rotors, and you can really tell how much of a like show car this was, because I mean they even painted the inside of the brake hub matching white, and you never would see this. I mean, once the wheels on, you never see this, but they took the time to detail out stuff like that, and that's really like typical old school show cars. But as you can see on the back side of the rotor, I'm starting to clean them up. They are cleaning up. I think I'm gonna paint the center part like cast aluminum, and then they had this inner part here painted white, like matching the hub. So I'm gonna paint that part white and then paint this part aluminum. I just gotta finish cleaning them up, but those are gonna work out really good, I think. I haven't even touched that other side yet. I added some cool little vintage details also to the car. Like I talked about, I added my moon floor mats. I added this super cool little, that's original rat fin keychain from the 60s. And then this cool little like Twilight Zone devil head here I got hanging from my rear view mirror. Just some cool little vintage touches to the car to really add to, I like to do those little detail stuff. I think that all that kind of little stuff, like the little dice caps, it just really makes the car, all the little attention to detail things make things a lot cooler than if you just kind of don't do anything like that. So I think I'm gonna get the brake rotors, finish cleaning them up. I was using my Dremel that I've had for like 20 years now, and it finally crapped out. I knew it was coming. I knew the day was coming, and the brake rotors put the final nail in the coffin for that thing. There it is. We'll take a moment of silence for my old Dremel. Guys, that thing has worked on every single one of my die-cast builds. Just thousands and thousands of projects over the years. So like that's probably 15, at least 15 years old, and I've used it multiple times a week. So I knew the day was coming, and it finally crapped out, so we're gonna have to get a new one of those. But I gotta finish cleaning them up, get them painted, and then I'm gonna touch up some of the white stuff that's painted white on the car. There's just some little chips here and there. I'm just waiting on parts, so I'm starting to do like some cleaning and detailing on stuff while I'm waiting for parts to come in the mail. And then we gotta wire up our headlights yet. So those will be on my next 3 things to do. But I just wanted to share that with the engine, because I know somebody's gonna comment eventually like, oh, that's blah, 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 blah. Well, we know what it is now, so not a big deal. I'm not mad about it or anything, so it is what it is, and we're gonna keep getting to work on this thing.